Hey everyone! Welcome back to Old Charles, your go-to channel for everything about coins and currency from around the world. Today, we're diving into a Canadian classic, the 1973 Canada 1-cent coin. Is it just another old penny, or could it be worth more than face value? Stick around because you might be surprised by what we uncover. The Canada 1-cent coin from 1973 is part of the long-running maple leaf design series, featuring two maple leaves on a twig, designed by G.E. Kruger Gray. On the obverse, you'll see the iconic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, created by Arnold Machin, used from 1965 to 1989. This coin is made of bronze, that's 98% copper, 0.5% tin, and 1.5% zinc, and weighs 3.24 grams with a diameter of 19.05 mm. 1973 marked the 100th anniversary of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, but unlike the quarters of that year, the 1-cent coin didn't receive a special commemorative design. It stuck with the classic look. Now let's talk numbers. The total mintage for the 1973 Canada 1-cent coin was over 457 million coins. To be exact, 457,066,000. That's a huge number, which means the coin is common in circulated condition. You can still find it in old piggy banks, pocket change, and inherited coin jars across Canada and even in other countries where Canadians may have traveled. Even though 1973 cents are generally common, collectors are on the lookout for specific die varieties. Here's where things get interesting. There are two main varieties of the 1973 1-cent coin based on the size of the date. Large date, small date. The difference between the two lies in the thickness and positioning of the numbers in the year. The large date is the more common one, while the small date variety is considered a bit scarcer and can fetch a premium among collectors. There are also minor die variations and repunched mint marks, but they are relatively rare and usually discovered by era collectors using magnifying tools. So what's the coin actually worth today? Let's break it down. If you have a well-worn 1973 Canada penny, it's typically worth 1 to 5 cents in most cases. That's basically face value. In mint state, the value rises. You could get $0.50 to $2 depending on the coin's condition and luster. Collectors may pay between $2 and $10 or even more for a certified MS-65 or higher small date coin. 1973 1-cent coin graded MS-67 red could fetch $25 to $100, depending on the market and variety. Small date versions with high grades are more desirable. Remember, red designation matters a lot for copper coins. Coins that retain their original red color are much more valuable than brown or red-brown coins. Thinking of collecting or selling your 1973 Canada penny? Here are a few quick tips. Check for small date versus large date. ***, use a magnifying glass and compare images online. Look for coins with full red luster. ***, they bring higher premiums. Store in acid-free coin holders or flips *** to prevent oxidation. Avoid cleaning your coins. ***, it ruins the natural patina and lowers the value. Consider grading *** if you believe your coin is in exceptional condition. And if you're building a Canadian penny set, the 1973 cent is a great addition, affordable and easy to find. So, is the 1973 Canada 1-cent coin rare? Not really, but it's still a fascinating part of Canadian numismatic history, especially with the small date variety and potential for high-grade examples to fetch decent prices. The Canada 1-cent coin from 1973 is part of a long and beloved series in Canadian coinage, the maple leaf penny, which had been in use since 1937. Although 1973 wasn't a major design overhaul year for the 1-cent denomination, it was still a notable time in Canadian history and coin production. In 1973, Canada celebrated the 100th anniversary of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, RCMP. Many Canadian coins from that year, such as the 25-cent piece, received special commemorative designs to honor this centennial. However, the 1-cent coin remained unchanged in its design, continuing the traditional look that had become iconic over the decades. Features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin, which had been introduced in 1965. She is shown wearing a tiara, facing right. This portrait remained on Canadian coins until 1989. Displays the classic maple leaf twig design, two maple leaves on a single stem, designed by G.E. Kruger Gray. This symbol has become a national icon of Canada and represents pride, identity, and natural beauty. This design was first introduced in 1937 and continued until 2012, when the Royal Canadian Mint officially stopped producing the 1-cent coin. In 1973, A total of 457, 066, 0001 coins were minted. This large number makes the 1973 penny very common, especially in circulated condition. However, collectors began noticing a subtle difference. There were two varieties of the date, a large date and a small date version. The small date is a bit more scarce, adding a layer of collectability to this otherwise ordinary penny. While the 1973 cent didn't get a commemorative design, it remains a favorite among collectors for several reasons. It's affordable and easy to collect. The date varieties encourage closer examination, part of a broader set of Canadian pennies with historical significance. T also represents an era when Canadian coins were still made with high copper content, giving them the distinctive reddish color that coin collectors love. The 1973 Canada 1-cent coin may not be rare, but it's a great piece of numismatic history. It reflects a time of national pride, RCMP Centennial, maintains the beloved maple leaf design, and introduces subtle variations that still interest coin collectors today. Whether you're new to coin collecting or building a full Canadian cent collection, the 1973 penny is a key piece of the puzzle. When it comes to coins like the 1973 Canada 1 cent, condition matters a lot. Even though millions were minted, the difference between a circulated and uncirculated coin can mean the difference between 1 cent and over $25 in value. Uncirculated coins have never been used in commerce. These are usually found in coin rolls, mint sets, or private collections. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS, NGC, or ICCS, Canada, often carry premium prices, especially when they're labeled small date, graded MS, 66RD or higher are part of sealed or original mint sets. A 1973 1-cent coin graded MS, 67 red, RD, can fetch $100 or more, depending on rarity and market demand. Use a magnifying glass or loupe check for scratches, dull spots, or discoloration. Compared to online reference photos. Never clean your coin. It lowers value if your coin looks perfect and shiny red,